when you're about to win a game, when you've got a lot of material and you've got a lot of pieces and you're about to finish your opponent's king, then there is one thing that you need to be careful about: stalemate. You have to make sure if you're not giving a check, your opponent's king should have a move. If there's no other piece, then there should be at least one move for your opponent. If not, it is stalemate. In this position, Idand is up by two queens and a knight. Here he can easily win the game, but he did not check whether black king has any squares. Right now, this king can come here. He cannot come to these squares. These squares are taken, and even this square. So right now, king can come here and here. But Idan plays queen h5, covering those squares. Now the black king cannot go anywhere, and it's not a check. So it is stalemate. It becomes a draw. So from getting a point as a win, he has got just half point due to the draw because of stalemate. So what he should have done in this position was he could have played this queen here, because then black still has got a lot of space. Like let's say black plays this. Now again, you have to make sure there is a move for black. There is space on the last rank, so he can go there. Queen comes here. Let's say king goes here. Now you play queen here and then checkmate. This is what he could have done in a simple way. But then this happened and stalemate. In another round between Samruddh and Abhay, Samruddh is up by a queen, rook, queen, two rooks, and a knight. Now, all he should do is give a checkmate. Queen's covering this line. These two squares are already taken. So all he will do is bring the rook here and checkmate. Here, Abhay plays pawn a5, and Samruddh, forgetting that his aim should be to checkmate the king, he takes that pawn, which was not really needed. And here it's actually bad because now black has no squares. He cannot move anywhere. All squares are taken. That means the king is stalemated. And it's a draw. So instead of playing pawn takes, he should have just played rook check, mate. But instead this happened. And instead of 1 point, Samruddh had to be happy with just half point. Another game from the last round, Samanvida versus Akshaya. I think it was the last round, maybe third round. Samanvida versus Akshaya. Here, Akshaya has got an extra queen and a pawn. The easiest way to finish this for black would be to just get the, let's say white makes a move, just get a second queen, keep pushing the pawn, get a second queen, and then do the queen and queen checkmate. That would be the easiest thing to do, right? You get a queen, let's say go somewhere. Now we get the queen closer, and closer, and closer. This would be one way of doing it. It's the easiest way to do it. Get a second queen, finish the game. Instead, what she did was she tried checkmating with the queen and king, which was not necessary, but it's still fine. She plays king closer, queen check, king closer, and now she makes a mistake, king d6. The white king has no squares. There's no move. It's stalemate. So instead of playing the king there, she could have still done the king queen checkmate, but first she had to cover this line. She had to cover this full line so that the king cannot come up and the king stays there. Now you get the king closer and you can give checkmate. Or if the king goes that way, you get the king even closer and you give checkmate. So this is what she should have done. Instead, she played king d6, allowing stalemate. The lesson here, when you're about to finish your opponent, make sure your opponent king has a square. If there's only king left. Otherwise, you have to give him a square to move to, or you have to give a check. Then you don't have to worry about stalemate. So stalemate is something very important that you have to keep in your mind when you're about to finish the game.